Alright guys, and welcome back. Red Blur Gaming here. As I've stated in the last couple of videos that have gone up shorts and otherwise, I will be running these slideshow videos as per like Auspex Tactics does, and going through the rounds of Ratcon which I played on the 15th and 16th of November. So let's jump into it. This is round one, Tau v Tau. So as you can see, I ran the experimental prototype cadre again, the same as what I did at Bendigo Open. The only changes with the decrease in points to some things, I managed to squeeze a second squad of Vespered Stingwings in, and made a little bit of a difference with the update that happened just prior to Ratcon, which wasn't taken into account for. Currently, that list is about 200 and about 100 and something points over because of the, I think it's 100, might be less than that. But given the stealth suits went to 110 for 5, and they were 80, what's that, 60 points. So yeah, I'm 60 points over 2,000 points via the new rules, which obviously take effect from the week prior to, a couple of days prior to Ratcon, which Ratcon did not look at or honour. So it was obviously lists were submitted the week prior before the update actually happened. And given that, it was a pretty poor update for Tau. Stealth suits got smashed, and really it ruined. It kind of made stealth suits impractical to take. Mind you, you're taking them in a group of 5 now. So yeah, but that's the list. Farsight, Shadow Sun, 2 Cold Stars, one with the Fusion Blades enhancement, one with the enhancement for Air Fragmentation Grenade, which I will open up and read out to you in a second. Where is it? It's the same. Ratcon, maybe. There you are. The Fusion Blades enhancement reads, improve attack characteristics for 1 Fusion Blaster equipped to the bearer by 1, improve the strength by 3, and that weapon has the Melt of 4 ability. So 2 attacks, strength 12, neg 4, D6 with Melt of 4 at half range. Obviously, experimental prototype cadre gives you plus 6 inches of range, which, you know, going from 12 to 18 means that at 9 inches, and especially when you are at half range or within half range, you know, melt to 6 on a weapon is pretty hectic. The other was the Supernova Launcher. So that improves the strength characteristics by 3, AP and damage by 1. Meaning that it was now, you know, D6 shot, strength 6, neg 1, 2 damage. Pretty handy against 2 wound models, especially if you get one through. You know, if you have a 3 up and it goes to a 4 and you roll a 3, then 2 wounds just kills a model. Takes a good chunk of stuff off. And when you've got D6 shots, you know, it's quite helpful. But yeah, that was the list. And let's jump in through. Obviously, we can see that the missions were all funky. There was a few things that they did. I'll see if I have the file actually downloaded, which hopefully I do. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go and find it. I don't think I do. I will go and find it. But the Ratcon pack for the missions were kind of crazy. The very last mission is always hidden, which I didn't get a copy of, but there was a Warlock, engineering Warlock that were given that they actually built and designed rules for. That was obviously I will find it and talk about it in that game. But let's that's the Rat Trader event. Let us find the actual missions, if I can find them. I will say that I would like to give a shout out to OP Paints, obnoxiously pigmented paints, brand new lot of paints made by one of the local Australian/Victorian gaming guys. He did a whole bunch of prizes for the event, and I think that, you know, deserves a shout out. He did a special promo code for anyone wanting to buy. The code was RATS, and it was 40% off. I haven't got around to it yet, but hopefully it's still up, because I do want to buy a base set of his paints, just to support him, to say thank you for the fact that he gave that actual code. I think it was an amazing thing that he did that, and you know, the bloke deserves all the pats on the back that he could get. Having a look at what went on, can't complain about Ratcon at all. It was super fun. As per normal, the boys did an awesome job. There's the player pack. Where is the missions pack? There's the missions pack. So I'll just talk about the first mission. It was mutation versus innovation. Obviously, we played Purge the Foe, Search and Destroy. And so the rules are: before deployment, each player simultaneously selects one unit from their army to receive either the gift of mutation or the gift of innovation. This unit can be joined or cannot join or be joined to be led for the game. The unit receives the following correspondence to their choices. The unit has a 5-up feel no pain. If the model is Titanic Tower and gets a 6-up, I actually probably forgot this because I gave it to my Vespid, and they probably would have lived longer. You replace the attack characteristics of melee weapons on that unit with 2d3, and you roll each time the unit is selected attack, which, because I did remember that bit, was kind of funny. Giving Vespid, instead of like 2 attacks, 2d3 gives you the ability to go to 6 melee attacks, and especially when they're -2 damage on their melee weapons, like on their claws. Pretty gnarly. And when the last model is in the unit is removed as a casualty, roll d6 to consult the chart. On 1, you gain d3 command points. This does not come out to your limit of 1 game per battle round. Technically, that's 3, because you gain 1 in each command phase, and then you gain an extra 1 if you sacrifice anything. So you can get up to 3. On a 2 or 3, all models in that unit, all models in that unit that cause last wound to be removed from this unit have 0 AC or C for the rest of the game, which, turning a unit into something that can't control anything is massive. I didn't get a chance to do that. I don't remember what happened. I'd have to go through, but when you see the fact that I was running up against 3 Riptides, a Storm Surge, and then 9 Crude Rampages, which, deal mortals on charges, plus all the Crude, this was a one-sided affair. Opponent went first. I was a defender, and running into Crude Hunting Pack in a Tower v Tower match, it just was not fun. Not fun at all. And at the 6th, at the end of the phase, this unit is returned to the battlefield with D6 wounds remaining. This can bring back multiple models as close to as possible where they died and not within game range of unit. This replaces any revive abilities or stratagems, i.e. something like Necron Awakened. That was the mutation. The innovation: replace the movement characteristics with 3d6. Roll each time you select this unit to move in your movement phase. You get a maximum of 18 inches, which is massive. When the unit completes a charge move, select one unit within an engagement range, roll d6, and the below happens. On a 1, nothing happens. On a 2 to 5, the enemy takes d3 mortal wounds. On a 6, it takes 2d3 mortal wounds. And select one of the model to receive the below weapon. Warp Lightning Blast, attacks 3, no ballistic skills, strength 12, AP -3, d6, with 18-inch, has ignores cover, torrent, dev wounds, uncontrolled blast. This weapon must target the closest eligible target. That was mission 1. and we will jump into, obviously, as we go through the rest of the game. So, turn one, look, very cagey, as you can see. The opponent has got set up. We're both pretty much set up in similar kind of areas. I did advance slightly. Bless me, nearly sneezed. Sorry. Opponent went first, drew established locust and secure no man's land. Got the 7 victory points. Obviously, we both had painted army, so you get the 10 for the painted. So, got him to 17. I drew cleanse and cull the horde. I just guarded cull the horde for a CP, and I only got 2 points on cleanse. So 17-12 end of T1. Not much happened. I don't think I lost a unit. It was very cagey for both of us. And T2 was where the fun started to go against me. So as you can see, opponent scored max on primary in T2. Yeah, it just started to go downhill for me. He held 3 of the objectives, killed more units than I killed. Yeah, it just was not fun. This is where it started to fall apart. And as you can see, there's only 2 reptiles on the table. That makes it even harder for me. Given there was also the storm surge, I just couldn't kill any of the units, and I was kind of stuck where I was and couldn't advance. He advanced really well. He got 3 out of 4 for behind enemy lines, 3 out of 5 for recover assets. The guy scored 8 VP and managed to get 5 out of 5 on tempting target. I discarded assassination for a CP, and as you can see there, the score is already 14 points difference, 39-25, and it just gets worse from there. We jump into T3. Somehow I outscored on primary, but did not even get close to scoring any secondary. I had a really bad run with secondary. Opponent scored 3 out of 5 on overwhelming force, 4 out of 4 on display of might. I couldn't score storm hostile, and I only got 2 out of 5 on secure no man's land. End of T3 with 54-39. It's now 15 points. It doesn't look so bad, but over the next 2 turns, it gets really gross, to the point where I don't think I scored primary 1 turn completely at all. Maybe I scored 4 points and just didn't score any secondaries. T4, as you can see, this is where it goes bad for me. Again, opponent scored max on primary 16, 5 out of 5 on assassination, 4 out of 4 on engagement fronts. I got one score on primary, 4 points for holding my home objective. I didn't kill a unit. I got 4 out of 4 on extend battle lines, and I discarded storm hostile for a CP. Into T4, it's 79-47. I am getting absolutely bodied. 3 points gets me to 50, and then 29. So look, we're at 32-point difference. And when you're at this stage, that's the end of that. And T5, he maxed out primary. Scored another 7 VP. I scored 4 on primary. I think I scored another 3 on defend stronghold. I was unable to score behind enemy lines. End of T5, 96-54. Absolute bodying. There wasn't much I could do. It was just, he played really well, killed everything that I had, and I just couldn't do jack. We did run out of time and talk T5 out. But yeah, look, bloke was an absolute champion, really nice guy. Can't complain about any of the people I played. Felt like things might be okay, but also went into this knowing that I was probably being negative, but thought I was going to go 0-5. So my expectation was to not win a game at all for this whole entire tournament, knowing that that experimental prototype was probably the last time I ran it, because it just didn't work at Benio Open, even though I went 2-3. it was not a fun Benio Open. I had one really bad game. I had 4 good games, one really bad game. I think the games that I did have that were poor really opened my eyes to the fact that it was not really the greatest of uh, detachments for Tau, and I was going to have to change at this. And then having friends that are part of the part of the local game group who also run Tau meant that throughout the weekend I was able to discuss the difference between running, as you can see, running experimental prototype cadre versus, running ret cadre, retaliation cadre, and how much better it would be for the army I'm running for the way I play. So I'm going to test run that from now until the next tournament I play in. And hopefully when we get to, next year and there's tournaments to play, I will have ret cadre down pat and be able to use it the way it's designed to be used, given the fact you can deep strike 6 inches away from models, and I really need to do that with Farsight. I also really need to do that with Sunforge because that gets me within my 9-inch marker. Gets me within 6 inches, makes me half distance, and because you're melted too, then all of a sudden you do an extra melter damage when you're at half range, which those extra wounds really can help kill stuff. But yeah, definitely need to change the way I play and use my models differently. I'm going to obviously change the list. So there'll be some stuff that's going to be built. There'll be some videos go out with me building the stuff. But yeah, last slide obviously shows you how poorly I went. You can see there that, and you probably can't see what I'm pointing at on screen, but I know that I'm running over T1. He scores 7 to my 2. T2, ignoring primary. This is secondary. We're looking at 6 to my 5, so I'm losing there. I've got 7 to 2 losing there. We've got 9 to 4 losing there, and we've got 7 to 3. Like, even that secondary, the difference being 20 is a massive thing. An extra 20 points, what gives me 74.96. Even then, again, it makes it look slightly closer. But yeah, Jace was awesome, and it was an absolute demolishing. But yeah, that is that game. I got to play Eldari next, and boy oh boy was that a close game. A little frustrated in how it went afterwards, given that it was super close. And I got to remember that the Piranha forces Battle Shock, and I probably want to take one in ret cadre for shits and giggles because getting within 12 inches of something and going, hey, Battle Shock test that unit for me. Or you move within something else, move within 12 inches. Battle Shock that unit for me. Just is going to be fun. I forgot about it. It's super cool. As you can see there, scores were not what I expected. It was an interesting game. He was great fun. It was good to see Crude Hunting Pack run the way it was supposed to, and the Trip Tides plus the Storm Surge were freaky as. I killed a few, as I said, units, but couldn't score primary. I couldn't score secondary. And as I said, I expected to go 0-1, so 0-5, I should say. So that was that. But it is what it is, and that's what it was. But onwards and upwards, and we'll see you in the next one.